Troy, have you heard this building like that with such a weight in the crowd in quite a while?
No, as soon as we skated out for the game, I could tell just it was going to be a different kind of atmosphere tonight. And the fans here deserve it. We worked hard to be in these big games. And the crowd was willing us the whole time tonight. I mean, we came out almost too excited to start, and weren't settled into our game. And, we get down two. I think if we don't have the crowd, it's pretty hard to get back in that game. And it was just a fun night overall.
So, you felt the weight and the importance of this game, even if it's November, to what this team can do?
Yeah, I think this next stretch of games is huge for us to prove it's not, it wasn't just a good first quarter of the season and a good start. It's, this is the team that we want to be moving forward. And Vegas has been sort of the pinnacle of, our division for the last few years. So, we felt it was a big game. You could feel it in the crowd. You could see it on their side. It was just a fun game to be a part of.
Talk about your club's response after going down 2-0 and what was said.
Yeah, just calm, relax a little bit. Like I said, I don't think we come back in that game without the energy in the building. I think, we could feel it. They deserved, for us to do something. And huge goal from, Jackson and that Leo's line. And, you could just feel it as soon as we got that one. It just sort of felt like a weight lifted off, our shoulders, and I thought we settled in and played good hockey from there.
You got a lot of contributions from the defensemen tonight. Jackson and Nolan get the goals, and Pavel comes back in and plays really well. Can you talk a little bit about the performance of the blue line tonight?
They've been rocks back there all year. Defensively, they're making big time plays. We're just breaking the puck out better this year, and that's a credit to them. And I just think, obviously how dynamic Jackson McComb is, and just once you get kind of the contributions and you see the offensive side of Allison and Zelli and all these guys, it's made a big difference for us.
Tyler, in just a year and a half here, have you felt a game with a different sort of energy than this one?
Yeah, it was an awesome game. Obviously, a lot of Knights fans in there, but it was a super packed building Saturday night, Honda Center. So it was a super fun atmosphere, and it was really electric tonight.
What did you see on the play? It just sort of came to you, didn't it?
Yeah, I saw pretty much a pizza right up the middle, and I just tried to turn around and shoot it. So didn't really know what was going on, but I don't think the goalie did either. So thankfully, that puck went in there.
Troy had three great plays. He hits the post, he has the centering pass, and then he sets up true. Do you feel like there was momentum from that shift that was kind of handed off to you guys?
Yeah, definitely. Troy's been a great player, and especially on 3-on-3, he really takes advantage of time and space. And like you saw tonight, he had three, grade A opportunities that weren't fortunate enough to go in the net, but definitely setting us up to have a big shift there right after him. So kudos to him.
There's been times maybe in previous seasons where you guys go down 2-0 and it's kind of maybe like that's the ball game, but you guys showed resilience, tied it up, went down again, and then tied it up again and brought it to overtime.
Yeah, we got a resilient group, no quit group, and we love to score goals, and we didn't really like giving them up that much, but obviously not the start we were looking for, but I thought it was a hell of a response from our guys to not get their heads down and keep them up and play a hard game, and thankfully tied it up quick, and I thought it was a really exciting game back and forth, but obviously we came out on top, so it was even special.
Does the mindset of this team change at all now that you're on top of the Pacific? You've beaten, Vegas twice. You're the top dogs now, and everyone's going to be giving you best shots every night?
I think it's the same mentality every single night. Doesn't matter who we're playing, where we're playing, what time we're playing. We got to come and bring a full 60. And I'm super happy with the group and how they handled the situation tonight. And every single night it's going to be a different type of scenario. But tonight we handled it extremely well. And whoever we face coming up, I'm sure we can handle that situation too.
It feels like a lot of teams now are swarming Leo a little bit. Does that open up ice for you, and how are you kind of, elevating your game in that open ice now?
Yeah, definitely. He's had a great start to the season. Teams are picking up on how fast he is and how special he is with the puck. So, playing with him, every time he skates with the puck, I just try to get in an open lane and get open for him. So, I can make a play off it. And he's done a great job so far finding me and getting those opportunities to me. So it's been fun playing with him. Great person off the ice and a really special player on it.
Lacombe, 14 goals last year. A little bit of a slow start now, but 2 in his last 4. Obviously, there's a lot of other things for you guys as well, but what would it mean to have him getting going again as a threat from the blue line?
He's a great player. Obviously because the goals aren't going in, I think he's doing every other thing right, and he's playing a really strong defensive game, setting up plays. Just because it's not shown on the stat sheet, I don't think he should be, kicking the can over it. So I thought he's had a great start to the year, and we've been really feeding off of him, so it's been good.
Become almost the norm, but Dostal, a couple of good saves again in net tonight, and a couple good breakout passes too to kind of avoid Vegas' forecheck.
Yeah, really smart goaltender. Knows when to play pucks. Knows when to get it up, and he's timely situational. So he knows all the little things, kind of like I just mentioned. But great goalie every time. We let up a grade A opportunity. We have really good faith in him to make a save, and he's done it all season long and all of last year too. So can't say enough good things about him.
I mean, it's early in the season, but you could just sort of feel the weight in the building of this one with the crowd, the energy, the way the game was being played.
Yeah, it was right from the start. I mean, we gave up a couple of kind of, I don't want to say casual goals, but they're a good team, and you don't give them those opportunities right off the bat. And we had to make some big saves later in that period, and then we got going and we responded to get the game to 2-2. But we were a little loose in some ways. But then again, I thought we battled and we did a lot of good things. I thought all the lines were contributing. We got a little more engaged as the game went on, and I thought everybody was contributing. Minty came in, had a heck of a game. I thought Boots was out there, noticeable, battling. But I think across the board, we love the contribution we got.
What does this say about this team that they can beat Vegas, home, road, overtime games to stay on top of this division and keep the pace in this division?
Well, it's kind of interesting. Both times we faced each other, the first place was on the line. So it's a long season. Their experience, they know how to win. So hopefully we can reflect back on these type of moments that we can, at some point in the year, you're going to have to win, and you're going to be in a lot of games like that. But I found our last 10 games or so, every game's been on the line, start to finish. So I think that's going to help us out in the process, and I think we can value the importance of every shift in key games.
Touched a little bit on Mintyukov. What did you like about his game and his response? It seemed like he was real strong around both blue lines tonight.
I thought he was good with the puck. I thought he was handy killing plays. I thought he was quick in the puck. I thought his play selection was good. Gap was way better, and I think that pair played a lot of key minutes.
You switched the pairings up again tonight a little bit toward the end, just trying to find balance with the other 2 players.
Yeah, sometimes you might shorten the group there, and whether you're playing 4 lines, go down to 3, or you got 60, might go to 5, might go to 4. I think that's the game, the way it's being played, and and sometimes you get a little more when we think that they're probably doing a better job. Is part of that.
What are you going to do to clean up those net front issues that you had that led to those 3 goals?
Clear the puck out of the front of the net, and then knock them on their butt. But anyways, that's easier said than done. And but we got to be neater in that area, and not let them get in there first of all, but make sure that stuff's cleaned up. We have pucks that sit around that area too long, and we can be better at denying them access to that space.
Second to last shift in overtime, Troy, he hits the post and creates a great opportunity, has another one. Do you feel like that kind of handed things off for that final shift there? And do you think maybe the energy kind of creates a little bit of a bounce maybe?
Well, we had a great overtime, and we had the puck a lot, and then we got a real fortunate break at the end and finish. But we had some good looks. I mean, Troy's was a great look, and we've got some guys got good play recognition. We want possession. Our D are out there coming up and leading the attack, and it seems like every time there's an attack and 3-on-3, there's an odd man break. So, and they did some of those plays developed when we got opportunities out there. So it was they had the puck right off the draw, but after that, I thought we had most of it.
There's been so much focus on the young guys and their contributions, whether it's Cutter and Leo. But how much has Troy kind of been right behind those guys and as much of a leader on and off the ice as anybody else?
Yeah, well, I think he's very handy. I think we use him in all situations: power play, PK, 3-on-3, important shifts. Has the puck a lot, can make plays. Whether he's playing with Leo and Mac T, I think that I think that line's worked well when him and Grides being together. You know, I think that whether they're playing with Leo or Mac T, it's nice having those options. That and then the same thing with Cutter and Bex. You know, I think that that's worked out where you maybe whatever's not working. You know, maybe a flip flop here or there. Sometimes that you get a little excitement in the line.
Dostal made some big saves, obviously, but he also played the puck a lot tonight. What does it kind of do to your team to have a goalie that can give you that kind of option behind the net? It's like almost a third D.
I agree. I think it's a great asset to have. I think as a defenseman, there's an appreciation factor when you know that you're vulnerable to be exposed to a big hit, or he can free it up, or he can basically invite the other guy, and then you can pass through it, so you can trap him on a pass with. Then sometimes he shoots it in the neutral zone. Sometimes you can pass it all the way up ice. So I think handling the puck is a great attribute for goalies, and I think it really helps your defensive zone and how much you spend in your own zone by just him relieving, whether it's a wrap or then all of a sudden that he does something that keeps possession off the exits.
You're at about the quarter points of the season now. Are you a little surprised at how well the team has done, how well they've advanced?
Well, I thought we got off to a great start, so I think we pretty early on, I think we created a standard that we feel that's got to be minimally how we're going to play game in, game out. And I think we're improving as we've gone along here. We're getting contributions from a lot of guys. And, I think we're going to be working on consistency and trying to improve on our standard and looking to be a better all-around team without the puck. But that's, it's a work in progress, but the guys are having fun. And, it's been a good beginning.
Coming back to Dusty, I mean, some guys get more conservative playing the puck in big situations. He seems to want to play it more, especially taking advantage of space in overtime, but even late in the third. Do you notice him kind of wanting to step forward and help the offense a little more in those situations?
I agree. I don't want to say he's bold, but he's confident with it, and I think that's a sign that he's reading the play and he knows what his best asset is or what his best option is. And he's generally, and there's safety after that too. So he's looking for the best opportunity. Then it's the safest, and I like his thought process.
One more. You can, you can let this one sink in for a couple of days, but I'm sure you'd like to see the team be a little bit more disciplined going forward.
Yeah, we talked about that. So it's that's the one area where we want to make sure that we don't want to lose momentum in games by the frequency we've taken some unnecessary penalties.